Hello guys and gals, me Mutahar, and today I kind of want to talk about a game that I really actively play that Ubisoft is literally ruining as the day goes by. Now, I never thought that, days would pass where literally like quadruple A gaming companies like Ubisoft just take away game content and pretend it's like balancing or like pretending that what they're doing is actually giving me something when they're actually taking away stuff. Now, to understand, the game in question is Rainbow Six Siege, a game that I have put tons of hours into. Now, the reason why I talk about Rainbow Six Siege is because if you ever look at how much hours that I put into it, 5,380 matches just on one account, and about 800 hours in casual play alone, and 578 hours in ranked play. So I could say that I have a fair amount of time that I've put into Rainbow Six Siege, okay? And while I've personally never been the greatest player in the history of this game, I have a lot of fun on it because to give you an idea of what Rainbow Six is, there is not a game like this on the market, okay, when it comes to shooters. The reason why games like Counter-Strike don't really interest me is because I really feel like no matter how better the visuals become, those games are effectively the same games that I've played back in the early 2000s, right? Now, something like Rainbow Six Siege, a game where you have the option of blowing up walls, making little holes in the walls to shoot from, absolutely like using abilities in the game to transform the map, transform the entire play, and actually like dynamically have a unique way to play the game every single time you get into it. This is a game where when it came out, like literally almost a decade ago, it pushed those PlayStation and Xbox systems of the time to kind of its max, okay? It used the extra processing power to say, we can render exploding walls. We can render proper dynamic gameplay. And it's because of that, Rainbow Six has evolved to the point where the game now has 30-something operators on each side, okay? It's such an expansive universe at this point that it has its own spin-off title with Infected Zambles, all right? Which, may or may not be that great. I think it's up to the average person. But yeah, Rainbow Six Siege is probably one of the most successful live service examples that's out there. Now, to understand, Rainbow Six is one of those games where you start to get less content as the time goes on. So I want to rip the Band-Aid off and talk about something really fucking stupid. Now, this is the Rainbow Six Siege membership, okay? Yeah, there's a subscription service for the game now. If you ever look up Rainbow Six Siege and play it right now, on the top bar in the main menu, there's a battle pass. There's the store. You go into the store, bro, there is so much monetization in this game at this point. You've got weapon skins, elite skins, skins for your drones. You've got fucking every kind of bundle imaginable, all right? Background portrait art that you see for 30 seconds in an entire round. Yeah, that's all available. So again, to give you an idea, the amount of money that Ubisoft makes off this game appears to be pretty wild. It's got its own marketplace at this point too, where people can buy, the in-game credits and exchange gear around. That's how much monetization exists. I would wager that Ubisoft makes a chunk of change off of this game every fucking year. And the amount of money that's reinvested into this game is slowly dwindling, in my personal opinion. Now, if you look at this membership bullshit, yeah, a separate subscription service. So if you look at the actual price over here, I think it's somewhere around like $10 a month, which might not seem like much, but to give you an idea, subscriptions exist all the way. You've got Game Pass. You've got Ubisoft's own Plus. Like, they actually have two fucking subscription services. You've got Ubisoft, and now you've got Rainbow Six. So the battle passes weren't enough. Now you got a whole ass subscription service. It's crazy. So if you look at it right here, you get access to this one epic bundle skin, which doesn't look that crazy. Oh, you want to skip some battle passes, battle levels? You got it right here. The gaming industry is wild. It's the only place where you can just literally pay to not fucking play the game, okay? You would have attained these levels by regular play anyways. 10 levels isn't even that much. They give you a Bravo pack, one pack, one case to open, by the way. And then, of course, what they've also got is extra rewards, like the operator voucher. So you, I guess, get access to a free operator. The game has you unlocking operators by saving up money in the game and purchasing actual characters. Then you've got the exclusive gun skin, which doesn't look that great, but I'm sure somebody's goddamn excited for it. They give you some cash back in credits. They give you 18 Bravo packs. This is all with the battle pass. And what's actually wild is they give you a legendary skin. Not the whole thing, by the way. if you look at the fine print, like it's fucking legal paperwork, you get the weapon skin. So this little gun right here, which by the way, it doesn't even look good at all. You gotta pay for a subscription membership now, okay? Now, this isn't the only game with a membership. Obviously, you've got MMO games like Final Fantasy, World of Warcraft, but those are MMOs, okay? That's how it works. This is a goddamn 5-on-5 tactical shooter. Now, there are other games like Grand Theft Auto, which has a subscription service as well. We talked about GTA Plus. Rockstar's out of its goddamn mind. I don't pay for this. And I make a good stance to let people know that paying $60 once, not paying for I might buy a microtransaction here and there, like a weapon skin. If I put 1,000 hours plus into your game, I might buy something to show you some gratitude. But never in a million years, even for a game like GTA that I'm a huge fan of, would I ever consider buying a goddamn subscription service. At least in this situation, it's not all bad. They at least give you access to some goddamn proper money and at least a few extra games, okay? Shit, you want me to play some LA Noire? Hell yeah, I love me some LA Noire. Red Dead Redemption? That's gangster. But the whole idea of Rainbow Six giving me a couple skins and a pack for what, a monthly subscription? They're out of their goddamn mind. And if you think that I'm making a big deal out of it, well, you should listen to the actual response from people that fucking attended actual Ubisoft events. Listen to this.
For the players who stayed members throughout the season and got the 3 legendary items, and for the legendary bundle, you will also get the next operating card unlocked as a bonus. For players who will join in the first week of Season 2, you will get an exclusive Epic bundle only offered during that period, as well as 600 membership credits. We want to make membership involved in order to make members feel like true VIPs at Siege. So as always, we'll be listening to the feedbacks to see how we can make
Oh man, you gotta love it when your entire community not only goes to your event, but sees a fucking subscription service and goes, boo! It's so wild. A month ago, I was so happy to see this game revive. Like, I even made a video. I'm like, dude, the player base is up. It genuinely feels like a fun game. And then like, it's so wild that like Ubisoft, you remember for a second, it's like, oh shit, Ubisoft's making the game. Oh my God. Of course they're gonna screw it up in some capacity. And yeah, way to kill the momentum by adding a bullshit subscription service, which ultimately doesn't really do much for the game. Here's what really happens, okay? This isn't the actual development team wanting to do this. This is some executive at Ubisoft, okay, who ran out of the goddamn Coke money that they were blowing through every goddamn month and thought, all right, team, we need a new revenue stream. What's our most successful game? Skull and Bones? What, all 20 people playing that? The Crew? We're going to shut down half that franchise, a third of it. Rainbow Six, the game that people love. Oh, yeah, okay, so add a subscription service to it. What are we going to give back? A goddamn weapon skin, you dumbass. That's how it probably went, okay? Like, the most pointless shit to add. They just wanted to hyper monetize another avenue of this game alongside having more of those elite skins that they keep selling, which isn't the worst thing, okay? And then you want to keep adding the goddamn battle passes. Bro, at what point does your game remain a game or a goddamn shopping mall, okay? When I log into Rainbow Six, the last thing I want to keep seeing is the new store bundles, the shop bundles, okay? All I want to do is play the goddamn game. Cosmetics are cool and all, but it really seems like a lot of time and effort this company is spent towards producing more and more cosmetics and less actual gaming content that actually matters to the player base that is playing the fucking game, okay? So to give you an idea of like actual development, the reason why I always like touted up Siege whenever I talked about it was literally the idea of them constantly adding new content to the game, okay? Because it is a live service game, so every like 3 months, Rainbow Six will introduce new things to the entire game, okay? So they'll add new maps, they'll add new characters to play as, and that was fine for a while until obviously what happened was they started actually putting in new content into the game. So what's interesting is we're currently on year 9 and the new season is Operation New Blood, okay? So in this situation, if you watch what we're getting in this season, we got access to a marketplace so we can buy, sell stuff. some balancing updates for 2 specific characters, the stupid membership system, and the recruit remaster, okay? So to give you an idea of what a recruit in this game is, it's when you don't have any of the paid operators, you basically have to use the default operator without any real abilities, okay? So what they did was they redid this operator, and they made them, basically one on each side, attacker and defender. They reduced the amount of fucking guns these operators have, maybe gave them some extra mix and match on the abilities, like the actual grenades, whatever secondary item they carry, but other than that, these operators don't really add much more. They've taken away the ability for us to do recruit runs, okay, where all the boys got together, picked recruits, preferably with shields, and raided the thing like it was an episode of the Goonies or something. Crazy stuff. So yeah, they basically redid the game, took away actual features, took away play styles, just so that they can kind of bill it as new content, a new remaster, okay? And I'm going to compare it to stuff they've done in the past. So in this situation, this year alone, half of the year is already crossed with these seasons. We got 1 new operator to the game, okay? That's Deimos. So comparing it to like year 2 of the game, to give you an idea, when they release these things, they oftentimes introduce a new map to the situation, a new weapon, and 2 new operators. So in year 2, season 1, you had Mira and Jackal, 2 characters they brought in with a new map. Actually felt like some real new content was in the game. Then, of course, they stopped, took an Operation Health where they fixed the game up and added more technology to make the game playable, proper, and everything. And because they didn't release 2 operators for that season, they caught up by releasing a new map with 3 operators the following season. And then, of course, they added the extra missing operator by completing the last season with 3 more characters and a new map with new weapons. Like last year, they actually introduced just 1 operator per actual season. And in some cases, while you got 1 new map, throughout the rest of the year, you actually just ended up getting reworks for previous maps. So not really new maps, just actual reworks. And one year it was so fucking bad that I shit you not, there was actually just map reworks, okay? Literally year 6 was an era where we got, yes, a new operator every season as opposed to 2 like we used to, but they literally just kept reworking maps. It was 1 year where we didn't even actually get a new map. There are maps in this game that have been completely removed at this point from play, which I understand is a live service, but the content drops in Rainbow Six have been dwindling as the actual years have passed. It's to a point where actually expecting new content is kind of a surprise for the community versus just expecting Ubisoft to go back to the drawing board, change up a few designs, and like ship that shit out for the average consumer to slop up and enjoy. Yeah, Ubisoft as a whole is actually out there, I think, to specifically forget what Rainbow Six and why this live service was actually successful. New content delivered every season, but now all we get is like reworks and over monetization. Yeah, I think the last thing one of your most successful games need, Ubisoft, is an extra subscription fee attached to it. And here's the grim reality. I really think this might actually be successful. The fact GTA Plus still exists shows that the market, as much as they complain about it, like as much as you boo and as many content creators say this is a scam basically, there is still a massive amount of players that will just buy the subscription service, even though it literally provides almost nothing of value in my personal opinion. Like even if you play the game as much as me, I think most people can agree that this is not worth the squeeze. But you'll have enough people with mommy's credit card attached in, or people that just don't give a shit about the 10 a month, throw money into this and give Ubisoft the extra revenue stream for basically nothing. And this will be an eventually successful process, and we'll just have to deal with more monetization. I really do wish that the community that has been built around this game will actually boycott such a stupid change that Ubisoft walks this back and maybe sticks to lighter levels of monetization. Or, if Ubisoft is so willing to go down this route, actually keep producing new content to the game. Reworking a default character and giving less options is not more content. It's just restricting the amount of game that we actually enjoy and love. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. I had a little bit of pent-up aggression, and I needed to get it out because after putting in over 2,000 hours of my life into Rainbow Six Siege, well over 2,000, I think I have enough of a reason to complain about this topic. I don't really talk about many other online games because I don't play them as much. But this is one of the last joys in online gaming that I have. Ubisoft, please don't screw this up. Anyways, I am out.